And I think one of the things that I maybe have a slight variation in terms of opinion, and I differ just a little bit with Stephen, is that I think some of Christopher's issues, maybe in high school, were more, he was never challenged. He never had a teacher very few teachers that actually challenged Christopher. Mm-hmm. So sometimes they just lost him because they weren't challenging him. And it's hard to do when you've got 30 students. And I understand that. But I do think that in 2003, things definitely started 2002, the latter part of 2002. Things were changing. And I don't know that I was in denial. I didn't understand what was happening. Stephen, because he's got more of a background dealing with the mentally ill, perhaps he actually had an inkling of what was going on with Christopher. I didn't. I just think it became apparent at some point in the latter part of 2002 that he was dealing with something that he wasn't able to control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's also an important insight into the schooling part, because a lot of exceptional students, students who are learning, they don't need the hand-fed, they're asking for more, are often let down in the classroom because of the conditions and the way we establish our educational system. And so often they become labeled as troublemakers because they've already moved on. I understand it, and so now I'm just fidgeting away trying to keep my mind occupied while everybody else is catching up. Or it's not that they're not learning, it's just that they've moved on to the next new set of stuff and they're learning it on their own, and so they're not doing all the little preparatory work to memorize for the test to do, and so their grades start to go down. So it's often not because they're poor students, it's because that they're actually excellent students and that the system doesn't know how to really embrace that and engage them.